It's not that bad. Studio. Check, check, check. Mute, unmute. I can share a screen. That's pretty cool. $12 people, 15 people. Hmm. Only members only mode is on. Only members of this channel can send messages. Does that mean that there's only members watching? It says 22 are on, 8 thumbs up. So I wonder. I have, yeah. What do you need? Go ahead. Can anyone post a comment? My intention was for this to be a members only live. Seeing reactions. Can anyone post a comment? I guess if let's see, edit details, public, audience, customization, just members. Who can send messages? Just members. Okay. Subscribers, members. I'm going to change that to anyone. We'll see what happens. Members only mode is off. So maybe this is a regular. Everybody can chat now. Hey. So this is the people. There's 33 on, and you folks that are in here are not just your subscribers, not members, right? I'm also streaming from my laptop for the first time, so I wanted to test this out. I'm turning the volume up like I can hear. I don't know what's. Oh yeah, here we go. Now the people are pouring in. Correct. Okay. Well, hi there. Yep. Not a member. Subscriber, not a member. Okay. On my phone, it seems easier to be able to do that, but I'm just figuring out this laptop thing. I also was going to try StreamYard. I'd really like to start doing videos with other preppers. It feels lonely in here by myself, so I need to be talking to other people. I'm much better when I'm engaging with a person face-to-face or one-on-one. Happy New Year, everybody. Working on my end. Okay. Just a subscriber. You got, hey, that I always feel like I'm not giving enough to my members. Some more, just for them type stuff, but that's cool. You all, even if you're just subscribed. Plus, it's boring today. My wife's not at work and house is clean. Everybody's fed. So my son has my phone. He's doing a auction on, God, what is the name of that? He sells Lego pieces on this auction thing. So he's downstairs making money with my phone. So stuck with my laptop. Walking my dog in Northern Ontario, negative 27 degrees Celsius, and you look dressed warm enough to be walking with us. Yeah. Lot Shark, Happy New Year. Enjoyed your content. Happy to have stumbled across your channel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Mahoney's in the house fixing water gaps. What the heck is a water gap? Whatnot. Yeah, always survive. Yeah, Whatnot is the channel my son sells stuff on. Subdog is also in Northern Ontario. Man, that sounded like an explosion. Did you guys hear that? Patriot 330 says, I haven't seen you all year. Yeah, all 12 hours. That's funny. Try Meld and VDO Ninja for streaming. Is it free? Okay, free, yeah. Meld and VDO Ninja. Now, what about everybody talks about StreamYard, and there's a version of it that's free that you can do. But Backroads, I'll email you. Yeah. Fence between creeks, water gap. StreamYard free. Yep. Oh, sucks. Oh, it sucks. Hey, Scottish prepper. Scottish prepper. Happy New Year, man. Video is much better with your phone. This looks better to me, but yeah. Say what's in the house. New to the channel. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Good lapel if you're interested. Boyo Magic Mic. I've got one of those Amazon specials, but it works pretty well. How's my sound? Is it 5x5? Always survive. Says StreamYard works for me. Multiple people for free. Yeah. StreamYard was bought by another company. They effed it up. Yeah. Baloney for 5x5. Okay, good. Yeah, Patriot. So StreamYard's what Muffin Top, yeah, or Muffin Top, yeah, Tactical Muffin Top uses. I also saw Hudson Valley Prepper using some sort of software. I should reach out to him and see what he uses. But Mahoney says like and subscribe. Appreciate that, sir. As always, it's good. The Magic Mic removes any background noise auto-magically. I love that word. Auto-magically. Yeah, my lighting's weird in here too. Is that better? Is that weirder? That way you can't see what's in my background. Just the video is rough. Okay. Yeah, this laptop camera, I'm not too sure about. It's my company laptop, so I don't get to decide how good the video is. Backroad says, I had to sub to StreamYard. They jacked the price 50% and free reduced the capabilities. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I was thinking, I have a kettlebell video scheduled for tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna delete that video because it's just about buying kettlebells. But I'm gonna do a fitness video because I know a lot of people in my Big Rocks video for the new year, like what people are focused on. A lot of people are focused on fitness. So I'm gonna do kind of like I did a summary of lessons learned and recommendations for the firearms video like that, but for fitness. Some things that have broken my body and if I had to start over, what I would do differently, especially at 50. I'm going to put that fitness video together probably tomorrow and then put it out that way. Because I think people are planning to hit the gym on Monday, probably, if you're like most people. Looks like a network thing to me. Probably have a bunch of kids eating up the bandwidth with your wife. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, my son is downstairs streaming right now, so maybe that's part of it. Mark's Adventure. Hey, what's up, man? My fitness is via Vertux Omni One. I think it's internet related. Video is fuzzy, then clear. Okay. Take your video as shite. On Meld, you can customize the stream, see the chat, have guests, show graphics, videos, all for free. Video Ninja lets you have guests for free. Outlaws in the house. What's up, man? Happy New Year to you too. Wrathful Spectre. Good day. You've had some good comments recently, Wrathful. Been enjoying your rants in the comments. All my compliance videos. Canucks just woke up from his nap working nights. Ugh. Man, for a while I was teaching English to Chinese kids on through what was the name of that company? Some company, and I had to teach at 2:30 in the morning because 2:30 in the morning here on the West Coast is 5:30 in the afternoon in China, you know, right when they get off school. So I had a set of students and they would book me as their teacher to walk them through some slides. And working night shift made me into a zombie. I mean, I just know I had brain damage after like 3 months. Night shifts are rough, man. Spectre's in the house. Happy New Year, man. Patriot says, what are your main prepping goals? Yeah, so I put out a video kind of talking about that. I left some off of there, though. The main one is tripling my garden and then buying land, building the channel, and then getting my car situation squared away. Yeah, my car situation sucks. I have like 4 cars that are half broken. It's pathetic. The Boo 222 says, you said you had a couple of kids that didn't have social security numbers right away, but don't kids need to put your health insurance plan also for tax deductions? No. So I have military insurance from my time in the service. And when we went to load them into the system, since they didn't have socials, they just assigned them some random number. And that random number lasted for like a decade. And then taxes with the IRS, after 5 children, you cannot deduct any more children. So after 5 kids, it doesn't matter anyway. We wouldn't make any more money or through the IRS. Untamed Adventures, my main prep is fitness. Yeah. Outlaw Canuck says he doesn't mind zombie work. Oh, I feel for you, man. Mark's Adventures, e-bike is on its way to me. Trailer, panniers. Ooh, are you a cyclist, Mark? I'm a cyclist too. I fancy myself a cyclist. You can see the wheels of my my gravel bike up there. Yeah, I'm an old cyclist. When I get those older ones fixed up, newer cars aren't worth buying. Yeah, I don't mean like new cars. I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Don't get me started on my cars. Canuck, you're going to depress me. Girl Carpenter says, hey, everyone, just pressure canned 14 quarts of stew today. Pantry inventory today got organized with fed the chicken, some outdated corn. Man, girl, you are on it. It's January 1st. You're like, let's get going. Yeah, Backroads Official says kids don't need socials until they were 19, until they can decide to get them. Yeah. After 5 kids, you should be tax exempt. Is that a fact, or are you saying they should? I wish. Trump likes big families, apparently. Maybe he can send me some money. He's like, you got 8 kids? Boop, here's some money. Yeah, cycling's great. I used to race when I was in high school, but now to get a jump on the fitness, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna record that fitness video today and probably schedule it to post tomorrow morning. That's the goal. Canuck, I know. I know you work out 7 days a week. What was it? 8 days a week, 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. Yeah, I mean, ideally, and I think so. There's an idea in fitness too. My wife's driving somewhere. Um, if she, I got distracted. Sorry. Yeah, fitness. I mean, in collapse, I think we're all going to be pretty fit, right? Less food and more work. Everybody will suddenly be in shape. That's probably true. But Tatsi, I mean, let's see. Warrior Poet says every prepper should have a bicycle in good working order, some spare tires when gas is no longer. Yeah, yeah. I think bikes are underrated in the prepper community. Everybody should have a bike. Like it's wheels just make sense. You know, every video I see is like, get your boots on. It's time to walk. But what about bikes? Whoa, little red hand giving me money. What? Glad I didn't miss the live. Welcome, lady. How are you doing? Appreciate that. Thank you. I had my best thrift store find today. A brand new with tags Geyer Elkson lined gloves. I paid $3.90. They retail for $90. Holy crap! Congratulations. That'll get you get addicted, man. You will get addicted to good finds at thrift stores. You're going to keep going back now. Rule number 1 of Zombieland is cardio. Yeah. I have, you can't see them, but over in the corner of my garage back there, I've got like 10 bicycles hanging up in the hooks, like up in the rafters. Keeping my bike, yep. 825. What a slacker. Try doing 1030. Yeah. Learn and teach everything. Shalom. What's up, man? What's everybody's, yeah, what are everybody else's goals? I know some people put it in those videos, but what are your big rocks in terms of prepping for this coming year? A bike trailer, yeah. Yeah, you see the homeless doing it too. You see the homeless getting smart, like with the way they carry stuff. I always pay attention to those. And those little bike trailers you can find pretty cheap, and you can load them with a bunch of crap too. Little Red is enjoying the day off. Simpler Times Homestead says need a working bike. Raw land, yeah, yeah. I'd love to find a piece of land. You know where I live, land with a house. It's like 300 grand and up. Raw land you can get for like 100 grand. But I have right in the middle, I have found a couple pieces of property in the places I want, kind of with the attributes that I want, with like a small cabin. You know, you throw a couple bunk beds in there, and I could get everybody into that cabin. You've got shelter, you've got a way to cook, you've got like an off-grid cabin for 150 to $200,000 range. That might be doable. Patriot 330 says fitness and land. Yeah. Yeah, land in a cabin. I even found, I was looking yesterday on Zillow, and I found one with an old house. It's got like a house from the 60s on it, a little bit run down, you know, older appliances, but the house and the land, 250 grand. So that would be great, but it's really close to a highway. So I was like, eh. Mark says his goal is finish my bus conversion and convert engine to biodiesel, then find a bungalow with a garden. Gnostics in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? Backroads official. Backroads, are you going to do a video on that? 1995 Isuzu NPR Cat Diesel 20-foot box building into a 4x4 that will have 42-inch all-terrain tire. What? Yeah, I want a video of that, bro. Little Red says, by the way, Mike, I have a name of a book for your girl, Complete Guide to Sewing by Reader's Digest. It's like from the 70s and 80s. What do you mean you have one for me? Learn and teach, get out of debt. Yeah, I've got some debt to pay off too. Find a middle-aged woman for a relationship that's not on SSRIs. What is an SSRI? Find a middle-aged woman. I stopped giving out relationship advice. I don't know what I'm doing, so I've been married for 25 years. Untamed says indoor microgreens. McSut says I put in an offer on a house with 38 acres, 175 grand. Yeah. Camper. Outlaw has no kids, so Canuck, he was saying I was thinking of buying a camper and just live as a nomad. Yeah, the Boo 222 says the goal to get another 4x4. I need a 4x4 too. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I need a 4x4. Just because I use that as an excuse to not go into the woods as much as I need to, and I need to get my kids in the woods more often. Little Red says, I have the name. Oh, if I find an original that I could send you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Little Red. I appreciate that. Backroads Official is doing a video series on his build. That's going to be great. Mark's Adventures also recording his entire project plan. That's pretty cool. Outlaw says, or Canuck says, I've thought about buying property for long-term SHTF. If SHTF were to happen, having your property wouldn't matter. No one would own anything. Yeah, I thought about that, right? Like if we go full collapse SHTF, like nobody's checking deeds, right? They're just out there in the woods. The Judge 51 just paid me $5 to tell a dirty joke. Let's see. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face. Thank you for that, sir. Say what says allodial title. I've heard of that. Allodial property is worthless if you can't defend it. Yeah. Been deleted in the house, getting back into shape, catching up on preventative maintenance. Boo 2222 says, I love the idea of being a van nomad. Seems like everywhere they're trying to make it impossible. Hey, I'm selling a Sprinter van for cheap. Just want to get rid of that thing. Garbanzo bean. You just be a target out in the woods with your base and gear out in the bush. I have heard that though. Somebody posted in my comments about when you have land and like a little cabin on it, you think you're safe because you're away from people, but break-ins are really, really common out there because people know when they stumble on these little cabins that, the owners are 50 miles away or whatever. So yeah, I suppose you couldn't really like fully load out a remote cabin with like guns and ammo and gear and food, and it'd just be a loot drop probably. It would have to look pretty lived in. That's why part of me wants like a house. That would be ideal. So if my family had to go, if we had to fall back, it could be recreation, it could be rest, like small, quaint, but a house, like a proper house, Yeah, you'd just be a target out in the woods. Yeah, that's probably true. Warrior Poet says, city prepping had to install cameras and fences and get dogs for his remote property. Squatters are a full-time threat. Yeah. You can set up fake party like Kevin in Home Alone and make the burglars think someone's at home. Just have like full-time mannequins out at your property, like bury weapons, ammo, food. Matt Thompson's in the house. What's up, Matt? Backroad says, I have 3 shed cabin structures that are being stocked with necessary supplies. Yeah. I have options. Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's why, the whole city versus country thing, right? I know traditional thinking says you have to have a remote retreat property, but like in a city, then you have like the outskirts where all the industrial stuff is. Part of me thinks like an industrial structure, 5 miles out of town is just as good as a cabin 30 miles out of town, like concrete. There's a place I saw on, so I look on Zillow, and then I also look on a website called, what is it called? LoopNet, LoopNet, and it's commercial properties for sale. And there's a place not far from where I live that's got, at the front, it's by the highway, unfortunately, but it's got just an interesting property. It's got a church, and then behind it, it has this all concrete, big open span building. So like you go inside and it's just wide open. It's used for boat storage right now. But what a great castle. like a castle on the outskirts of town, just like something that's defendable, you know, harder to break into. Texan, the city was in the woods poaching every night. The biggest threat in full SHTF is people behaving badly. Be away from people. Yeah. Homestead, the initial main threat when SHTF in the city coming to their homestead for handouts and hunting their land. Yeah. There was no deer when he was seeing 20 deer a night. In the Northwest Mountains, city people will not last. I've been on SAR teams. We have rescue city folks that were barely in the woods and were lost. Yeah. 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 Now you have like cartel grow farms out in the woods too. We think we're safe and alone when we're out in the woods, but yeah, it's probably not so much. Warrior Poet says 3 campers and hikers just found dead in California. I heard about that. Were they just lost? They just like lost their way. I finally I bought a 1022 today. Pretty happy about that. Oh shoot, my little gas heater's out. These things don't last as long as I thought. I'm using up all my propane. Yeah, Canuck says it wouldn't be bad to have a house, especially with a family my size. Like even if it was a 1 or 2 bedroom, like a little house with 2 bedrooms, and I could just put, you know, a series of bunk beds in there, like just a fallback place we could all sleep. Disastrous says, which 1022 did you get? So I looked for, because I wanted a stainless barrel. So the cheapest one at my local sporting goods was the 75th anniversary. So it's got the blonde wood stock with a stainless barrel. But I'm going to change the stock anyway. Now I feel bad because it's a 75th anniversary one. But I'm going to get that Sam. It looks like the A-team folding stock with the wood, the Sam B-team. I think it's Samson B-team folding stock. Oh, that thing is so beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be great. So that I want to say I paid like $250 for the 1022, and then that Samson stock is like $300 more. I went to a local pawn shop and they had all the breakdown ones, and the breakdown models are going for like $500. I was like, what? So Say What says, slowly working on reversing my U.S. citizenship out of the 14th Amendment slave system. No nexuses with anything to do with the government. Bro, I need to talk to you. The rescue rate for stranded lost hikers is highest in Jackson, Wyoming. People think the Tetons, they take nothing with them, inappropriate clothing. Yeah. Outlaw Canuck says, keep it as it is. I know. I feel bad, but I'm going to change it because it's just ironic that that was the cheapest stainless one that I can find. I found some synthetic stock 1022s with a stainless barrel for like $350. This one was $250. So Magpul stock is good to go. 1022, yeah. An old stainless with a black synthetic stock. I bet I have 20,000 rounds. Yep. I know. So, but yeah. And then also, I was looking at, there's a Cabela's not too far from where I live, and they had a not the Ruger 1022, but the A22. Who is it? It's not Winchester. It's Savage. The Savage A22 breakdown. So it breaks apart. It breaks down. That they had that for $200. I'm thinking, man. Yeah, I wonder. Can I share my screen? I think I can share my screen. Do I want to do that? Let me close all this other stuff out so I don't give away any PII. Samson B team. Let's see, full in stock. Truck Pew, yeah, get in 1023 the threaded barrel if you can for a can. Yeah, I thought about that. The $350 one had a threaded barrel. I probably will never buy a can though. I'll be honest. Ruger BX Series 1022, 25 round mags. Don't show prices. Patriot 32. Oh, if I show a picture of a rifle too, can I get in trouble because it's alive? I don't want to get a strike. Yeah, what really sucks is in my state you can't have I got to go 10 round magazines. So those little, that's all I could do. Just drop the link. Let's see, copy. Okay, so I won't show the picture. Thank you for that. Patriot says picture's fine. Backroad says yes, I can get in trouble. Be careful. Okay, I'm gonna be careful. So let's see. I dropped the link in there. That should be to a picture of the, and this Samson folding stock. It's so beautiful. I thought to myself, why do I love this thing so much? And then I found out that it's a copy of the A-Team gun. So the A-Team, Hannibal's his Ruger 5.56 is burned into my brain. So I was like, why am I emotionally attracted to this stock? So yeah. Uh-oh. Do we have a tourist in the chat? Casca U Villain says, you guys will use up 90% of your ammo in the first year of a civil war. Then what will you do? We'll switch to spears, man. What do you think? Any Pew shown on live can get you banned. Same for the Mini 14. Yeah, the Mini 14. So it's that same, yeah. Same design, not the same part. Yeah. And your channel's banned. Yeah. Hopefully not. Ditch Doc's in the house. What's up, Ditch Doc? Thank you for your service, Ditch Doc. Sticks and stones. Howdy do. Just go black powder. Yeah, we'll go black powder. Don't worry about where are you from? Who's the tourist? Where do you come from? Casca U Villain. Where are you from? Sounds like you're from somewhere else. Don't worry about when we run out of ammo. That's our business. Mini 14, another great Pew. Yeah. Now, hey, Backroads, I have a question for you. So the Mini 14, does it use standard AR mags, like those metal mags, or is it a different? It looks similar, but I'm not sure if it's the same thing. Yeah, Warrior Poet. So I'm excited to get this 22 and start testing that ammo so I can start stacking again. So yeah, Gnostic, those Samson, man, it's so nice. Then it's got like the shrouded, it's got like the shroud on the top and the little they have all the accessories and it's done really well. So I'm Greek, I'm from here. You're Creek or you're Greek? From here. Where's here? Here in America? Oh, Mini 14s use their own mags. Okay. My ancestors were here before the invasion of Europeans. Casca, you're Greek? I don't understand. Cree? Are you saying Cree? You're Cree? That would make sense. Mags are different. Mini 14 mags are different. Okay. Proprietary mags cost big money. Yeah. That's the only thing. I'm really cautious about going outside platforms and mixing mags, and I'm tired of doing that. So yeah, on Walking Dead, they never ran out of ammo. Pew-pews are not the thing in the UK. We look to different multi-fire crossbow and other stuff. Yeah. Creek Muskogee. Oh, okay. Creek Muskogee. That's your tribe. Gotcha. I worked for several years for a tribe here locally. It was a great experience. I loved working at a place that was on sovereign land, which is a wild concept. It's like the Constitution wasn't a thing unless the tribe said it was. I loved it. It was great. Like during COVID, they were like, no, thanks. We're not doing that. Say what? Says buy mags out of state. That, sir, would be a violation of the law. sir. That would be importing. Creek, Native American. Yeah. Casca U Villain says, I want that 20 million acres Andrew Jackson stole from my ancestors. I don't have anything to do with that, sir. I don't. Which 20 million was it? I don't know my history very well, my American history. Sweet stock, yeah. All of your land is our sovereign land. Okay. Just look, Midway USA has Ruger 1022 extended mags for both 15 and 25 rounds. Yeah. Again, I can't buy them here. If a person was so inclined, I think they can go next door and get them. But just look, Midway, my half sisters, Lakota Sioux. Yeah. Not anymore. Sorry, but 71. Is that a record? Oh my gosh. I should get another can of I'm gonna do my axes today. This beauty. Can you see that? Is it too bright? There we go. So I got to repair that big chip right there. So I don't know if I'm going to cut this sucker off like right here or just angle the rest of these. Just angle the other side too, so it's kind of comes to a point rather. But I got to clean that up and fix that today. What's up, sir? I'm doing a live. Are you done?
No, I was coming to see if you wanted your phone back.
Yeah, you can bring it to me.
Yes.
Thank you. Wait, you can keep it if you're. Are you still on?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Josh is in the house. What's up, Josh? Buy a modern recurve bow. You can use bow and arrows. Modern materials last longer than a self bow. Yeah, I bow hunt, but I've never. Well, down in Washington, I've never shot anything with it. But is there a power outage? No. It just hides the background a little bit better. That's all. Let's see. David Doucette dropping some controversial comments in the Backroad says he's part Sioux. Conquered land. New Year's superstitions, traditions. Not really. We're not. My family's not very celebratory, really. Even birthdays are just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of pomp and circumstance. It feels like another day to me, but sometimes I feel bad. But Canuck says, I haven't gotten anything too. Now, I did years and years ago in Alaska. I killed a caribou with a longbow. It was a pretty baller moment for me on the North Slope. That was a grand highlight. You should do a video with your oldest kids and teach them some old crew dance moves. What a terrible idea. Why? So I could break something, I can tear something and do lives from the hospital bed. Well, hi there says, what type of bow do you have? So I have a long bow. It's too high for me to reach. I have a long bow that I use. It's an old school one from Cabela's, I think, a Montana longbow. And then this is some $30 bow that I got for my daughter on Amazon. This is actually one that Dave Canterbury recommended. Like for $30, it's a breakdown fiberglass bow, and it's a recurve. So that's pretty cool. Like it's great for practice and beginners. I want to say it's like a 30-pound, maybe 40-pound, something like that. And then I found a really nice recurve at a thrift store once, but Girl Carpenter says, how dare you? Yeah. Civvy Prep's in the house. How you doing, Civvy Prep? Happy New Year's, man. Don't keep it strung. Yeah, I know. I'm bad for that. Oh, yeah. Saw that bow from Dave's video. Great small bow. New channel idea. Breakdance instructor for the 68%. Yeah. Josnada's in the house. Warrior Poet. 40 pounds. It might be a 30-pound. I want to say they came in like 25 and 30. My daughter's she's pretty strong though. Sketching the paths in the house. What's up, man? We do milestone birthdays like 1 to 5, 12, 13, 18, 21. Yeah. Smock sages are awesome. Backroad says, you need to come to Montana. I'll teach you how to bow hunt. I'm a retired National Bow Hunt Education Foundation master in 50. Aren't you, Backroads, aren't you also a master gardener? So you're a master bow hunter and a master gardener? I do need to hang out with you. What part of Montana are you in? I was stationed in Great Falls for like 5 years. I love Montana. Dank Farmer says, I left a comment on your Walmart knife video. It might not have come off talking shite in hindsight. My bad. No, you're good, Dank Farmer. I know your name. Civi Prep found a church-going woman. I almost asked you, man. Got her number at 3 a.m. to start off 2026. She's 5 to 6 years older than me again, though. You better let go of that, bro. That might not be a bad thing. He's a super master. Yeah. Is he a master? Warrior poet? Oh, shoot. Yeah, you guys are going to have to pay me to tell dirty jokes, I guess. No, that's not good. Building a BOV, a bug out vehicle, victory oppression. Okay, that's cool. Wyoming's in the house. What's up, Wyoming? See, I just flashed that picture in my head, Wyoming. Backroad says older women are better. See, this is deteriorating quickly, people. Warrior Poet's talking about fishing. What else would you be talking about? Yeah. Yeah, Backroads, you're not the master gardener. Yeah. Somebody in the live this weekend said that they were a master gardener, master at life. Yeah. Master marksman, master Wyoming. Yeah, it's a good picture. Yeah, thanks. Wyoming, what do you have? What are your 2026 goals? Do you have any big rocks like prepping wise on the horizon? I know you guys are pretty busy out there. Patriot says Walmart, what you bought them as gifts for everybody for Christmas? What a great idea. What a great little gift, right? That is a perfect application of this cheap knife, you know. A lot of people were like, I had someone in the comments say that they carry $1,000 knife on the regular, $1,000 folding knife on the regular, and that an expensive knife is $10,000. I was like, what are you talking about? Civi Prep, buying my first ranch. Your first ranch. How many ranches do you want? And starting a business. What is your business that you're starting, Civi Prep? Warrior Poet says, anyone who claims to be a master at anything probably isn't, even if or paper. I know. I have multiple master's degrees, and I'm not much of a master at anything. Motor Matt says, you talk about being ahead of the mob. Shouldn't we be prepping for SHTF if the mob is ready for TOTSI? Maybe. 80-20. 80% TOTSI, 20% 20% SHTF. Let's see. Civi Prep says, I'm going to buy as many ranches as I can afford. Yeah. If you're a baller, $1,000 knife may not be anything, but for me, yeah, $1,000 for a knife. Good Lord. The Judge 51 is paying me more money. What are you paying me for now? Let's see. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the $5. Been watching George Washington videos all day. People don't know how great he was. Jacoby's in the house. Good to see you. Hey, man. Happy New Year. Ditch Doc says, he's talking about fishing. I'm sure there are people around with over 10,000 hours of baiting. I don't know. See, that is a gateway comment, and I'm not running through the gate. $8 multi-tool in all my coats, never been an issue. Yep. Wyoming says his default EDC costs $130. Let me guess. Benchmade. Matt Thompson. Yeah, someone in my comments said that they carry $1,000 folding knife like daily. It's crazy. I haven't missed a fishing session since I was 13. Warrior Poet says $250 locking blade, kind of worthless. Trade it. I never carry it. It's just a safe queen. Yeah, that's kind of me too. Disastrous Effect says, I'm with you, cheapo multi-tool. Sketching the Path, you know that tool that you'll never use, but you carry your EDC just because it's cool? Yeah. Yeah, no, I do know. Like you just pull it out. I'm not even sure. Most people probably don't even need to carry a knife. Like every time I offer somebody, hey, do you need a knife? Like they just open a box with their keys. They're like, no, I don't need a knife. Well, I need to get a $10, yep, $10 Walmart knife. $30 Kershaw. I do love Kershaw. I love Kershaw. I think they're underrated, and they're assisted openers. They're just, it's so nice. They're so well done. It's just, it's not a popular brand because it's kind of the value, you know. Boo 222 says, is this a good time for an EDC check? Mark's got to go. All right, man. Lost my 30-year-old Benchmade so many times, found it every time. That's funny. What else do I got on me? That. Oh, my new Timex. I did get myself this for Christmas. Can you see that? I love dive watches. That was like $17. Pretty standard. This is the Streamlight MicroStream Work Pro knockoff Wave, and then the Swiss Tech. Somebody sent me these. I forget who sent them. Maybe a Ditch Doc that sent me these. Fingernail clippers, $10 Walmart knife. Is that too bright? Wallet, key bar, key fob, some pics on it, and then my notebook. Oh, it's January 1st. I actually got a new one. Every Christmas, I get myself a new notebook, so I have to switch to. Although this is dope to hold my pen, but this company does. I can't find a company that makes this anymore. So this is falling apart, though. I got to figure something else out. I have to carry a knife so other guys can ask me what kind of knife I'm carrying. Yeah. That's the way I used to be with watches. I used to collect watches, and I'd go to meetings and I'd be like, that's an interesting point. Yeah. What about just waiting for somebody to comment on my watch? And nobody ever commented on my expensive watches. And one day, the only comment I ever got was on a $30 Casio. So I was like, how dare you? But yeah, that's the way it goes. That's funny. The cool ECD stuff is for noobs. Once you've been carrying long enough, you should grow out of that, especially since you're not showing off your EDC stuff. Yeah, flex that poker night. I know. The flex doesn't work on people who aren't into EDC. It only works for people. It's so funny when I see guys out in public, like with a nice watch, I will pay them a compliment because I know that's what they're wanting, you know? And all I'm doing is justifying them buying more watches probably, but pink and neon watches exclusively. Yeah, I always have a knife on me. So I'm wearing a pants. I'm wearing a pair of cool rider pants that I found at a thrift store. I love them. Great pair of pants. And I just keep the same belt on them. And all of my EDC stuff stays in those pants. So if I'm not at work like a weekend, I wear the same pants every day. I get home, I change out of them, put all the stuff in here. But like on a vacation, like I'm on right now, I just wear the same pants. My pants come off with all of my crap in the pockets. And the next morning I put them right back on. And I'll wear these until I get a hole in the crotch. And then I'll have my daughter fix it twice. And then I'll finally get another pair of pants from the thrift store. No tourniquet. Shame. Yeah. Most Benchmade fanboys carry EDC items in their prison wallets. Yeah, Disastrous Effect. Yeah, jewelry. I was taught that in the military too. Like anytime I'm working out here, I'll take all my stuff off because what kind of footwear do you use on the daily? Footwear. These are, I don't know. These are, let me see if I can hike my leg up here. There's a rifle in the background. I got to be careful. My Solos, that little flash there is going to get me banned. Can I like blur my background? I wonder. Okay, whatever. We'll see if that gets me in trouble. Expensive shiny watch to give me a good reason to carry a gun. Yeah. North. Say what says I've been looking at land in the Northeast Washington, north southeast. Okay, beautiful, price reasonable. Yeah, I'm looking at Idaho, but like south of Coeur d'Alene, like that area. So what is this? A Solo? I got these at a thrift store for $25. So I'm gonna wear these until they wear out. But this has been kind of my everyday boot in the wintertime, fall and winter. You got to wear cowboy boots. I'm wearing a pants. Yeah, I'm wearing a pants. Airborne Vet. Yeah, I didn't know I was doing a live either, man. It's just kind of slow around my house right now, so I thought I'd jump on. And my son has my phone, so I wanted to test out using my laptop for a live. So Patriot says it's fine, just don't touch it. Okay. Nice boots for $25. Yeah. Nobody cared who I was till I put on cowboy boots. Like, he must be somebody. I never find boots worth anything at thrift stores. Probably me who dropped. It's probably me who dropped those off at the thrift store. Well, they're size 12. I don't wear size. I think they're 11 and a half. So I wear 10 and a half, but they seem to fit fine though. Never saw the pew. It's too dark in the background. Good. I work with flip-flops. Oh, let's see. $170 for the modular sleep system. Do I have a time here? Yeah, 52 minutes. Oh, so let's see. Fitness video. Oh. I got accused. Well, I won't say accused. It was a good. I had a guy leave a comment, and then he also sent me an email. He said I'm fear-mongering about AI. I think he might be right. That's just where I'm at. I'm scared of it, you know. So I'm gonna. It's give me a video idea though. I'm gonna talk a little bit about fear-mongering and the cycle of fear and response, and eventually coming down to reason and work from the UK. Noah in the house. What's up, Noah? Arizona here. Flip-flops as well. Yeah. You can't run or fight in flip-flops, though. Ugh. Barefoot, train your feet. Captors do is take footwear because most people won't last walking barefoot. Doomsday Queen is in the house. What is up, lady? I watched all that you accomplished. It made me jealous. I wanted to do a video like that, but I wouldn't have nearly as many flags as you. You were like, I was featured here. I did this and this and this. Mine is like 100 rounds of ammo. Like, I don't know. Noah says, a Luddite. What is a Luddite? Is that just a primitive fool? Noah, what is a Mike Tango Whiskey? I finally beat you to a video idea. I dropped a fitness video a couple weeks ago. Dang it. I also have my my Beige Man video. I'm working on that one too. Yeah, you're ahead of me, Civi Prep. You're gonna get my credit. I'm gonna give you credit for those for sure. I didn't get fear-mongering from your AI video. It felt real. Thank you. I like your channel. It reminds me of stop being a turd who buys things I don't need. In a collapse, footwear will be taken by the captors and marauders. It was a fun year, but I'm so behind on here. Doomsday, hey, you know what? I want to do a video with you. I want to learn more about canning. I have a million questions. And then number two, I want to learn about how to do cross-platform, like TikTok. Like if I wanted to do stuff on TikTok, how would I do that? So I was thinking about you today when I looked into the live streaming platform. So I got some good recommendations for those. But Heather Afton says, I'm a blonde female, so nobody expects me to conceal items. Moved here from Michigan. 200 acres for the price of 2 that you're looking for. I know. This area is so great, though. The Pacific Northwest is so awesome. In short, a rejecter of technology. That's a Luddite. Amish. I've heard Amish. Like, don't be Amish. Somebody who doesn't use tech, yeah, is a Luddite. Luddite's supposed to be the new tech, yeah. Ditch Doc says, I just passed 100 subs coming up in the world. Wait, Ditch Doc, on your YouTube? Doomsday says, let's do it. You gotta find the time, woman. I know you're busy. You finally got your well. I feel like you can lean back into it. I know how it is, though. I'm glad you guys sold your property. I'm glad you guys got a well. That's such a huge deal. Darth Doodoo says 200 acres of sand in Michigan. West Coast. Yeah, Doomsday Queen brought up points. I'm telling you, the Amish might be the way to go. I know. I don't think I'm opposed to being a Luddite. Sketching the Past says, come to Brazil, you'll live as a king. Yeah, maybe I will. Get on TikTok and start the civilian prep dance trend. I'm not sure they're ready to accept the dark. Yeah, your YouTube. Ditch Doc, am I subscribed to your YouTube yet? Go to channel. Let me see. How am I not subscribed? Now I'm subscribed. How did I not know you had a channel? Did I know that already? I'm sorry. Girl Carpenter says, are you a Goonie? I don't know. It depends on what you mean. Probably. I probably am a Goonie. Breathe again. Yeah. I felt the relief in your voice, Doomsday, where I feel like you're starting the new year with like some room to breathe. I know you had a lot of change coming at you. You guys just PCS too, didn't you? Wrathful Spectre. Can't be a Luddite. My AI girlfriend won't let me. My mom lives in northern Michigan. Oh, also, Ditch Doc, I'm going to promote your channel. I'm going to add you to my list of collaborators. Ditch Doc. I'll put you as one of my friends in the areola of trust. Goonies never say die. That's true. The Boo 222 says, you're my favorite AI prepper channel. My husband finished 20 years in 2 months. So he's about to retire. That's pretty dope. Are you guys going to stay or move somewhere else? Patriot 330 stuck. Patriot, I'm going to your channel too. Here we go. Subscribe. Boom. Patriot 330. You're Pat Wright. You're the one that's in Tactical Muffin Tops. I got you now. I got you. Master Goonie. Yeah, I'm a Master Goonie too. Snipe subs. Yeah. No, you're good. You snipe all the subs you want, man. Stay for now. We bought 80 acres to start there. Okay. That's right. You bought where you're at, right? Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like, so fear mongering. So part of my thing is I want to get as much fear and fantasy out of prepping, right? But there's this is what the video is going to be. There's like this cycle of when I learn about a new thing, I'm like, oh crap, what is this? I'm terrified. I'm new. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And then you end up coming down a little bit, so my audience gets videos all along the way. So you're going to get videos from me where I'm terrified and I don't know what the hell's going on. And then you're going to get videos about me coming down the other side and having a plan. And hopefully I can balance the two, but well, come on, lady. Let's quit talking about it. That's awesome. Perhaps if I start. I feel like you and I could have a 2-hour conversation about those topics I just discussed. Canning, YouTube, and TikTok. maybe even the process of buying land. I could pepper you with 58 questions. It could last 2 hours easy. Maybe a live. Perhaps if I start a bunch of meme tokens, I can buy 80 acres. Live stream is a pucker hole of trust. This live stream is a pucker hole of trust. What? I'm not, please don't expand on what a pucker hole is. Just joking about the token. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do it. Doomsday, I'll do it. I know you're busy. I'll do it. I'll come after you. I'm going to arrange it and get it all set up because I want to start doing conversations anyway with other preppers. So Victory Over Oppression says, I want to start a preparedness community with serious folks to help each other build it up together. I know. I want to start a secret society of preppers here, going into the, heading into the collapse. Little Red Hen, what are you talking? Why are you posting compasses? No compasses. This is an anti-compass. Noah says, I'll be making my way up to Oregon soon. For raw land, well and septic would be, land is rough because most people think every state is the same. We lived in the PNW and we had so many different challenges than here in Utah. Yeah. So Doomsday, did you just get, you guys got the well in. So what are you thinking next? Probably septic. Is that kind of what you're, I have some paintings on my channel. No AI BS. Yeah. Hella Fat Devil says, I've been trying to set up a community because my neighbors are not cool, but it's hard to find like-minded people in Northern California. Yeah. We need the gong back. You mean my gong? My wife took it. She was patching a hole in the wall. I haven't seen it since then. Oh. Little Red's like, those are your stickers, fool. What kind of beard brush do you use? I don't know. My wife is in the beauty supply business, so she sells these. I just steal them from her place. Positive mostly says, I just seen your pew pew. Yeah, well, I know, I keep forgetting that. Sometimes I was on a work thing and I got to blur my background. I'm like, oh, my bad. Nanny61 says, no like-minded people in my state either. You know what I was thinking of starting? Preppers on YouTube are always showing their pews. Not me. I try not to. I really don't do that. A septic 750-gallon water storage. So we have one area set for the smaller cabin. Nice. You guys are living the dream. You're doing it. AI and fentanyl zombies. Need to set up a septic system in conjunction with the home biogas system for growing food and creating cooking fuel. It's a boar bristle beard brush. I can tell just by looking at it. Yeah. Look at you see the red hairs in there? My kids are mixed, right? So they have dark hair, but interspersed amongst their hair, they have like lone individual red hairs. Like every 250 hairs, they have one red hair. And I'm like, that's me, buddy. I wish I had my pictures of me with hair. They're on my phone, but YouTube HQ is right up the street. What? Ditchdock says, I feel strange walking up to my neighbors asking how many 10-gallon, number 10 cans they have. Yeah. Rumor is the ATF website crashed today with a 0% $0 tax stamp. Is that for like cans and that? Noah says, congratulations on a successful marriage and a good family. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sounds like you taught them well. I have good kids. I do. There's a couple of them I don't really like that much, but I love them. Suppressors, yeah. 0%, no dollars for suppressors, huh? How quick's the turnaround right now? I don't like the idea of having something that's on an NFA on the NFA list because like they have special permission to come check that stuff anytime they want to. I know a dealer who keeps all of his NFA items like in a separate safe, separate from his other stuff. Maybe that's the way to do it, but that's why you just made more. Talking about my kids. Log Monster, what's up, man? Here in Texas, a couple hours to a couple days. Check your mail later, Wyoming. You didn't send me any more pictures, did you? I will. I'll check my mail. Registration to the Crown. Yeah, right. Composting toilet. Civi prep 100%. Yeah, Doomsday, I think that's what they're talking about. I think so it's $0. Maybe that's what it is. They're not charging any money for the tax stamp anyway. Mike Tango Whiskey, at least you don't live in California. All my pews are on a database. Yeah. I don't know that I would suppressors are expensive and they're registered. I don't know if I believe the argument for a suppressor. I know they're cool, but to me, like they reduce the sound from what? Like 150 decibels to 130 decibels. I mean, if you were 22 and using subs, you could get away from EarPro, but like a 556, I don't really see the advantage of a suppressor. They're expensive. They add length to your gun. They add weight. They mess with the gassing system. Plus they get hot. So people go, well, you want signature reduction. But then as it heats up, you can see that. So with thermals and maybe with night vision, you can make an argument, but I don't know if the argument isn't enough for me to go out and buy cans for all of my weapons, but yeah. Lots of ways to make a whisper pickle. Yep. Sound is majorly reduced. Tavar 7 has a nightmare would you rather question for you. All right, let me have it. What do you got? Canuck says that's why you need 300 blackout. Doom porn is 2025. Doom porn is so 2025. Only a 1022 subsonic for small game. Yeah. You have to register in Illinois 10-round mags. Ugh. Silencers protect your hearing more than anything. Yeah, but the decibels, like on 556, aren't. You still have to wear EarPro. Whisper pickle. 556 isn't good with suppressors. Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm basing that opinion on. Maybe some of the other rounds you can get much better performance, but I don't have a 300 blackout either. We have two. I enjoy them, especially teaching. Sometimes people get jumpy with the sounds, developing bad breathing. Yeah, and I will give you that, Doomsday, like the shock of pulling the trigger, like that fear, that flinch response. I would agree with that. Airborne Vet says also, yeah, and for sound suppression, they do that. Like they do a better job of changing the echo. But in my mind, like the people that you would be fighting, if the time comes, like the equipment they're going to have might be able to do that anyway. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm cheap, so I'm biased against buying suppressors because that's another $500 to $1,000 per weapon. I'm just like, eh. No restriction on suppressors in New Zealand. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's not just decibels, it's concussion. Unsuppressed ARs can cause small traumatic brain injuries from the concussion alone. With a suppressor, you can shoot indoors and still be able to communicate afterwards. Yeah. Just get a compound bow, probably the same cost as a suppressor. Yeah. 45 ACP and 38 special out of a lever gun are subsonic, really? Griffin suppressors veterans get a discount currently. I don't know how long that'll last. Concussion, yeah, I will agree with that. Like the concussion of like a 10.5 or anything shorter than a 16, or like I have a 308 pistol, and the concussion off of that thing is freaking, it's, yeah, you get TBIs for sure. It's like it's terrifying, to be honest with you. It's not just about the decibels or sound reduction. It's about the difference in how the pressure waves affect people involved in the shooting. Yeah, but I heard a guy talking about it, and he goes, like, in CQB, the concussion is good. He wants maximum concussion for the guy, you know, that he's going at. But I understand, like, other people in the room, that could be a big thing. Indoors could be crazy. Ditch Duck says he runs a muzzle device that I can switch between 300 and 5.56 and 308 and 6.5. Really? Noah says he was disappointed that he didn't get selected for a forestry technician lookout position, but then he found out that the towers are government controlled and you cannot be armed legally in them anyway. Can you open carry, or it's considered federal property? Probably, huh? If you drive a car with no suppressor, you get a ticket. Finding it hard to prioritize preps with everything is so expensive. Yeah, that's true. Linear comp sends a concussion downrange, and a can is way better. Now that the tax is zero, the proliferation of silencers is going to make them really cheap in the future. Not even that. I was an idiot and shot a 357 snubby inside for a truck for a test. It sucked out of nowhere to be near a TBI. Noah's got a kid on the way, or Cat Guy's got a kid on the way, getting a raise in 2 weeks. Congratulations. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Doomsday. Maybe I'll get one. I think. See, you guys are just costing me money. That's all that's happening here. This hour and 15 minutes is going to cost me $1,000. The muzzle blast guy was probably John Lovell. He is wrong. Warrior Poet. It's your. Are you John Lovell? Warrior 21 Poet. That's funny. You're like, I hate John Lovell, but you're the Warrior Poet. The one can method can work, just not as well for smaller can design for registry, even a 4473, assuming this state doesn't ban them outright. I can still justify the cost. Yeah. What kind of preps? You may never need to fire a weapon in anger, but food and water, shelter is needed every day. Yeah. Doomsday says she's sorry. Yeah. You're like, sorry, not sorry. Next week, you'll see a video of mine. Hey, my first can. Now you can 3D print your own suppressor and register it for free and make it at home. Is that true? That's a Forum Zero, right? You can make your own suppressor as long as you register it. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll go that route. You've been costing me money also, Mike, going to Goodwill. Hey, that's pennies on the dollar, though, my friend. You're welcome for all the savings. I have a firearm, a PCC, and a 9mm. Whatever your favorite pistol caliber. Great for shooting indoors. So get a can for my 9mm. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Making your own is a Form 1. Yeah. I'm scared to show anything on YouTube because when I get in trouble. Well, that's what they were saying in here is in lives. If you touch a weapon on a live, you can get a strike or get busted. But 11.5 with the suppressor is the best sword for the modern prepared citizen. Learn to make one. Have an extortion stamp. Yep. Yes, my love. What do you got? What is this? Did you bake something?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I don't know. It's supposed to be churros, but they didn't turn out right.
I'm on a live. Do you want me to show them?
Yeah?
It's delicious.
Okay, love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Can you see what that is? Got a little pigtail, deep fried pigtail. Let's see. Agreed. PCCs are best indoors. Hello, Mrs. Whiskey. Mrs. Whiskey. Whiskey. Oh, this is good. Patriot says you can get a silencer in 45 cal, and then it can shoot everything smaller. Most companies make end caps to switch to different calibers. That's the, it didn't turn out right. Also, test this for me. Yeah, that's exactly what that was. She was like, I don't know, just put this in your mouth. Noah says, I heard that if SHTF and you're in the cities, you are a raider by default. Do you agree? No. No. I think that's got to be in you already. I do want to put a video out about that. Like all the preppers that are like coming from a tier 1 perspective, you know, they're like warriors. They're coming from a gun perspective. Like that's where we start. It takes up the majority of their preps. I think a lot of them are going to turn into marauders, man. That's just my opinion, but it's like when all you train with is a hammer, then everything becomes a nail. Civi Prep says, and they said, Lord, here are 2 suppressed ARs. And he said, it is enough. Luke 22:38. That's a modern translation though. So I'm King James only, Civi Prep. So I don't know if I'll see that in the same spot. Everyone should have materials to make their own can on their own. Yeah, I've got a part of my band book. I've got a book on it, on how to make them. So, and there's a way to do it legally too, which is raiders will bring you stuff thinking they're raiding you too. Yeah. Hella Fat Devil says something about oil filters. Totally unrelated. I see lots of nails. Yeah. You're right about gun guys turning into marauders. Washers, conduit, duct tape. Yeah. I'm hopeful when the time comes, we are all together in consciousness, grow food, and ignore the government out of existence. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Mike Tango Whiskey, how to be a raider. Next week on the Mike Tango Whiskey channel. Oil filters can be made into waste oil burners with a bit of welding. Off topic, but whatever. Do you have a garden or have any way to produce your own food? Yeah, we garden. My wife had a successful garden last year. Most people will scavenge. Marauders are scavengers willing to commit violence. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Did you receive a new Monkey's Fist fidget toy? Not yet. Not yet. I believe, what is his name? I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, but I have not received a new one. Not in I don't even know where my old one's at. I think my daughters gave it to their cat. Wyoming, I got your email too. I see it here. Diverting YouTube overlords gave about suppressors. Yeah. The mentality of being in the city, me and you are a marauder, comes from the same people that think living off the land, there's enough game to support them. Yeah. So my thing for this year is how not to pay taxes. Tax-free 26, hashtag. Tired of my money going to all the fraud in other countries. Yeah, find a rich person's accountant, Ditch Dog. Like there are ways that rich people avoid, they don't not pay their taxes. It's more like tax burden avoidance, right? It's not tax. They're not paying them. They're just finding ways to reduce their tax burden. And there are legal ways to do that. You need to find a money person for rich people, like an accountant, and go to that person. Loopholes, yeah. Tax avoidance, yeah. We looked into that a little bit. Like we started there's things like trusts. Like you watch what rich people do with their assets and their property and all those things. They have ways of protecting those, like tax shelters. Yeah, starting a business, that's a great way to get a lot of write-offs. You can start trusts, family trusts. You can start foundations. There's ways to move assets into these various entities and save, even sometimes make money rather than have to pay taxes on them. And it's all legit. It's all legal too. Tax write-off when me and my friends are running a business together. Anything I use for business, you could write it off. Yeah. Billboards, 25% depreciation. Leverage debt is a good way to go. There's someone from TPUSA trying to get a tax strike up and running. Really? Look up Dave Champion. He has a book, Shattering the Tax Myth. You do not have to pay taxes once you know it's what is real and true. Yeah, but I get that. It's like sovereign citizen stuff, and I agree with that. But yeah, right now, they'll still put you in jail for it, though. I'll come back, though, and catch what I missed on the replay crew. Have a good one. All right, Tavar. I hate taxes. Insane that my taxes are my number one expense. Paying more in taxes than rent is just insanity. Not paying taxes is a retard's fight. I'm all for a tax strike. It's funny. Have you seen those memes where it says it was like a 5% tax hike on tea, and then the Boston Tea Party, and then now it's like the number of taxes we pay, and we're like, nah, whatever. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah. Noah says, didn't the IRS purchase millions of rounds of ammo back in the 90s? That'll be alive. I just stay quiet and comb my beard all day for like an hour straight. The camera's just like right here. Just like Vlog Monster says, you guys should count your blessings that you're not in Canada. Yeah, I agree with that, bro. Raiders are why we need to establish preparedness-oriented communities, need numbers to deal with, yeah, with malign tier 1 dudes. Yeah. Most employed people have their taxes deduced by their boss and have no way to participate in a tax strike. Yeah. Ohio's trying to abolish. So in my state, Washington, starting today, you have to pay taxes on precious metals. So you have to pay tax on money. Starting an LLC with close friends, almost literally whatever, is a great way to write off a ton of everyday stuff. Yes, that is a good, yeah. I've been talking to Wasteland for Wednesday about doing some videos on LLCs. He's got a lot of good info. Oh, Sausage Bobby's in the house. What is up, you dingus? Warrior Poet says beard ASMR. Yeah. Develop a trusted community and never fight from your mailbox. Yeah. So that means you have perimeters set up, right? Is that what you're saying, Wyoming? Like posts that are further out? Yeah. Who won't become raiders? Yeah. Fight them where they're not. Yeah. Not at your home. Florida's trying to do the same thing with property tax. Maybe I can make an LLC for my 100 sub YouTube channel and write everything off. Yeah. Little Red. Yeah. Yeah, because Chris down there for Wasteland, he knows about those structures. Like his crew has been using that as a way. And that's smart. I always think about when I think about money and assets and taxes and real estate, I think, what do the rich people do? Because I'm not rich, but there are ways that we can act rich and take advantage of some of the same policies and loopholes that they use legally and legitimately to protect what we've got. Because they do it. File your LLC in Wyoming. It's the only state where you do not have to use your personal info. What? To set it up. All of my LLCs are in Wyoming. Now that's good intel. LLC, Wyoming. Little Red lives in Wyoming and didn't know that. Yeah, that's good info, right? Don't remember the numbers on it, but there's a form you can fill out where they won't take taxes out of your paycheck. Everyone will become raiders if SH. Yeah. If times are bad enough, right? Everybody will become a raider. Unfortunately, that's probably true. I think numbers are what's going to keep people safe in that situation. But all right, crew, I've been on for an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys letting me test this out. I think we hit like 100 watchers at one point. That's a new record for me. 3AD Scout coming in. I feel bad every time I say, hey, I'm gonna get off, there's someone else kind of joins. But 3AD Scout, what's up? I appreciate that email from you, man. That was good info. Thank you. Happy New Year. Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, later, guys. Stay safe. See you later, Brian. Ditch dot. Change your W-2 and deductions. Not everybody will become a raider. You can band together. Happy New Year. Vlog Monster. 3AD. Good to see you. In the chat. Say what says April 1st is the new year. Is that a religious thing? I feel like it is. Warrior Poet says avoid using PayPal, Venmo for side gigs, only cash. Yeah. Airborne Vet. Before you go, I'm working on getting a gas furnace, so I'll show you how to work up to the normal where you switch it to a plug. Thank you, Airborne. Yeah, I need to know that. I hate PayPal. I used to use PayPal with eBay. God, they just got on my nerves. They kept my money all the time. It was. See you later, Little Red. I appreciate you guys. All right, I am ending the stream. This is Mike Tango Whiskey. I'm all clear.